So you have never been in a Tesla,
I've not.
so no self-driving.
Nope.
Okay. If you go the whole drive without touching the wheel,
Yeah.
I'll buy you a beer.
Okay.
A good beer.
Okay.
Like a Busch Light.
Oh, the best kind.
The only thing you have to do is press that little button.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn it back.
This is strange. You just hit that blue button right there. You don't have to do anything.
Kidding me? Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, this is the first time I've even sat in an electric car. Yeah, this is crazy.
So being in this self-driving vehicle, I figured that it was going to go like extremely slow to be a little bit more cautious, right? But this is like as normal as a person would almost drive it.
Interior camera right here.
Yeah.
And it monitors your face. So it'll keep the self-driving engaged for as long as you're paying attention and kind of looking forward. It monitors your eyes. So if you look away for an extended period of time, it's going to start blinking, telling you to look forward. If you look down at your phone, it'll start beeping at you. Yeah.
Well,
You'll see
it'll
it.
just stop.
Yeah. So it'll start flashing, and then all you gotta do is just like look back at the road. If you do it for over a little long time and it starts getting fast, it'll go faster, faster, and then eventually it'll beep, 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 and it'll completely disengage. You have to take over, and you'll get a strike too.
What?
Yeah. If you get like 5 strikes or something like that within a certain amount of time, you like lose access for like a month or so.
Wow, that's wild.
So we went in a 4-way stop and it sensed when it's turn to go.
Yep. So it has cameras all around the car. There's the front bumper camera, side cameras, and then it's got a rear camera. So you go back and forth and kind of see. But it also has the front face cameras on the windshield, which you don't get to see on the screen. That's what it uses for full self-driving. It uses all the cameras at all times.
So the camera sensed that the light was green.
Yeah, you can actually see on the street here. See how it sees the green lights right there?
Yep. Oh, cool. Okay.
So it automatically senses it well ahead of. Wow.
Yeah, you'll see right here. We got a little pedestrian and it changed lanes. Look on the screen. It sees the walker and the dog.
Little dog right there.
It's pretty incredible, because this is a vision-only system. Basically, it means it's only using cameras and software to do all this. It doesn't have any like radar or LiDAR.
I was looking at the speed there. So we were back. When we pulled on that road, it said we were going 45 and the speed limit was 35.
Yeah, with self-driving, it has different profiles. It has sloth, which is like basically the slowest it'll go, and that stays at all the speed limits no matter where you are. Mad Max is what I use, and I just put Mad Max, and it's basically Mad Max is all about, like, it'll try to pass people, it'll just try to get you there as quick as possible. And yeah, so it's on Mad Max, and you can see it's only going, a few miles over because it's at 45. But if we were on the interstate going, if it was like a 70-mile-an-hour interstate, it would be going like 80. It goes 80, 85 sometimes.
Wow.
And I would deem myself as a grandpa driver. This thing picks it up the pace just a caliber above when I would, the speeds I would normally drive. Man, this is unreal.
So yeah, I got it set to Mad Max, which that is the
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
highest setting. But with
So this is exceeding. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. With all the regulations that you've got on cars now, like that's kind of cool that you can kind of go beyond that threshold of speed limit.
Yeah,
and
because-
everything else. This is awesome, man. I just noticed like it just passed that. I probably would have switched lanes back.
Exactly.
This thing, man, it's got some power to it. I like Mad Max, man. Almost outsmarts the regular human. It knows it's going to get in this lane and get to the turning lane here before anybody else would. That's nice.
Now let me jump in real quick and let you know that one of my favorite Tesla features is that it can be powered from clean energy sources. And did you know that I also like to keep my own body running efficiently? Yes, heading into the new year always reminds me to be healthier, and today's sponsor AG1 makes it so easy. AG1 Next Gen is a daily health drink that not only replaces the need for a multivitamin, but it's clinically shown to support gut health and fill in common nutrient gaps. I've been drinking AG1 for years, but their upgraded AG1 formula is even better with over 75 vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and whole food sourced ingredients, along with antioxidants and functional mushrooms to support immune health. Drinking AG1 as part of my morning routine helps me support my energy levels that I need as a dad to keep up with my 2 kids without relying on coffee or unhealthy sugary drinks. Plus, it's super easy to drink thanks to my new favorite berry flavor that tastes sweet and crisp and has notes of blueberries and strawberries. For a limited time only while supplies last, if you head to drinkag1.com/AndySly or scan the QR code, you'll get a free AG1 duffel bag and free AG1 welcome kit with your first subscription order. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring the video. Now let's get back into it. Do you feel like it's weird to trust it.
It is, just because I've never done it or like even seen it done, but you know, it doesn't follow close. It doesn't. It did make me nervous when we were at that first stop sign when it started easing past and the car was coming. But I guess it was just anticipating the car going by, pulling out. But
Sure.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild,
Like, it's-
really.
When you first experience it, it can be a little jarring when it's like, you know, speeding and coming up to a stop sign or a intersection, or, you know, hear something like this with, it recognizes the people.
Yeah, it's pretty detailed. It's pretty cool that it does that. What if you were self-driving, the camera sees that you're paying attention, and there was a wreck?
Oh, like if full self-driving is in control and
Yeah.
and a car crashes,
Yeah.
technically you're still you're supposed to be in control at all time. They call it full self-driving supervised.
Which makes sense.
You're supposed to be supervising at all times and ready to take over at any time.
Either way, it's still pretty cool.
So
It's
we're
pretty wild that it even knows like that's a truck.
right, because it has cameras all around the car. So I mean, it's got the
How many cameras are there on the car?
4 on the sides, 2 on each side. It says 4. You have a backup camera that's 5. You have a front bumper camera that's 6, and then there's interior camera, which is 7, and then you have front-facing camera as well, off left here.
Just a built-in dash cam.
Yeah, it records at all times. Yeah, it's got a USB drive, so it records everything. And what are your thoughts so far? Do you feel scared? Do you feel
No.
comfortable?
No, not at all. I feel comfortable like I'd be a passenger instead of behind the wheel, right? Was thinking to myself, I'm probably going to try to grab the wheel. But honestly, like just the whole feeling of the way the drivability of the self-driving car itself, it almost makes you feel to a point where you're safe enough to trust it to take you where you need to go, right? Now, let's say, you know, you may anticipate something before the car does. If you grab like manual immediate control, does it abide to your action?
Yeah, so you can stop it from pushing the scroll wheel button, and it disengages it. That's one way to do it. You can also jerk the wheel in any direction, like left or right, and it'll disengage, and you're taking over.
And if I slam the brakes,
If you touch the brake at all, it
cool.
disengages.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's really, the brake is the main one, and if you hit the brake at any time, you can take over.
well, knowing the sensitivity that this thing drives better than most drivers on the road, I trust that it would be sensitive enough to kind of sense immediate dangers.
Yeah.
So now, I'm a huge fan of this Mad Max, man. Like I said, like this would probably get me there faster than if I would be driving.
But driving profiles are really, really awesome to have. And look, look, here we go.
Oh, that's nuts.
Like
It's like, okay, you know, I'm in this lane, but it's veering to the right and I can't get out, but I'm going to look in back of me, right, to make sure that there's nothing else so I can go ahead and accelerate faster than what's deemed as normal. Right?
Yeah.
It even uses the blinkers unlike most drivers.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a good route to take. There's a lot of turns back here. This is a pretty windy
If
road.
it does everything, it
Yeah.
initiates a turn signal. It shows you like the blind spot. So, which is
So do you think that camera can see that guy?
that's an interesting thing, because it's, with the latest version, a lot of people are saying it's doing a better job at like recognizing hand gestures. Now, I don't know if it actually saw that guy, but like there have been times where pedestrians have been walking by and they'll wave you through. I've seen video clips of like, and the car will actually like go.
It's pretty wild that it. But I mean, there's cameras, so I would think that it should be doing that. But
Yes.
it's still wild.
And there are multiple front-facing cameras too. There's a wide angle and a standard. So it very well probably did see that. With this latest version, it's really very human-like, and it will also like recognize waving by and like waving to go.
That's crazy. It'll sense the waves, huh?
Yeah, if it can see it.
Wow.
What about potholes?
I would say most of the time, in my experience, it doesn't see it in time to swerve. However, if it sees lately with road debris and like roadkill, it'll do a pretty good job at recognizing it ahead of time, but it won't, you know, go over the line just to avoid something. You know, it's never stopped for anything. Like, it's not as far as like roadkill. It'll either slightly swerve if it can, or it just goes right over it. Same with potholes. Like now with speed bumps, it doesn't say. It sees them. Yeah, it'll.
Yeah, this is unreal, man.
especially if you're like maybe feeling a little achy or a little bit more tired than normal. You know, if you had to go, you know, in the event of an emergency to get somewhere, and this is kind of that perfect scenario.
It's almost having like a backup driver.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're kind of paying attention, but if you were to fall asleep,
There's a contingency plan in place. Right?
yeah, like there's a backup, like it'll alert you. Like it'll start beeping at you if you look at your phone for too long. It sees things that maybe I don't see.
How often do you do this, or do you do this every time you drive?
It's really cool. You can actually go in here and see the self-driving stats. 72% of my miles are driven with full self-driving. Wow. You know, I have a super long commute. I mean, I have
Yeah.
a 45-minute commute, so it drives me like the whole way, and I never have to worry about like doing anything. And like prior to that, I was constantly just driving myself. It just lowers the mental fatigue that I have when I'm
Oh,
driving.
you're right. Yeah.
I don't have to worry about like it getting in the right lane or missing my exit, and it tries to pick the most efficient lane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you don't have to think twice about anything.
You seem like you trust it pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, this has been pretty
Pretty easy.
normal. Yeah.
So far, so good. I mean, it's not like a crazy
No.
busy day, but
Yeah. But I mean, but still, it was not busy roads, but they were windy roads.
yeah.
So is this like a phone? Like there's an update and you update it?
Yeah. So like the car itself, it receives automatic software updates over the air, just like a phone does, you know. And every now and again, we'll wake up to a new update, and it constantly gets better.
So what about in that scenario where there, two lights facing and there's not a green arrow? How does it handle that? Can
So-
it see cars waiting to turn?
It behaves a lot like a human would, and it knows how to handle traffic lights for I would say 99% of the time. No, not perfect, but is your trust in this pretty high up? You say it seems like it.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think anything automated, right? For the fact will be always 100% because you still have that human instinct.
Yeah.
But man, 99.9%. If there's that 0.1% that I've got to take over in a very odd or imminent circumstance, that's the only reason I would go for. But man, other than that, yeah, I mean, I feel like somebody's driving, and I feel like even the car at that is probably better than most humans. I would almost trust this more than if I were to hire an Uber driver. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Yeah. It's not driving completely in the middle of the two lanes. Like that guy was veering to the right a little bit. It almost adjusted itself
It will.
in the lane.
Yeah, it will do that. If that person were to like kind of veer in our lane, it'll kind of veer.
That's awesome. I didn't think this technology would be here today.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Like and just like, and this is like a $39,000 car. It's not like crazy expensive.
No, that's about the price of a new Camry now.
Full self-driving software is added on top of that, but you can buy it outright for $8,000, or you can just subscribe to it for $100 a month. But like you said, it's not gonna be perfect, but you really can't compare it to perfection. You kind of just have to compare it to the average driver.
Yep,
And if I were to compare this to an average driver, I would say it is pretty much as good as an average driver.
And this is proprietary to Tesla.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
It'd be nice and lovely to be a shareholder right now.
Yeah. And the only situations where it's still not as good as a human driver is in bad weather. So if it starts pouring down rain,
Oh, got you.
it's going to limit and or completely be unavailable. The biggest issue with full self-driving is the weather. You know, if you're in heavy rain or
Snow.
snow, I mean, it's still. I mean, so like Mad Max is going pretty fast. I feel like right here.
Yeah, I don't know that I would. I feel like I would, because they tell you in a normal non-self-driving car, they tell you not to put your cruise control on in the
Mhm.
rain.
It'll struggle big time, in pretty heavy rain. And there have been times where it's like, if it's too bad, it'll say unable to engage FSD or autopilot due to poor weather conditions. So you have to drive manually until it's available. As a human, we're so good at driving in conditions after having experience with it.
Yeah.
So like, I can drive fine in poor weather. I can drive fine in rain, pouring down rain. If it's at night, I can drive when it's raining or snowing at night, because I know my surroundings. I know how to be a defensive driver. I know what to look for. I know how to go slow. But like, the software is just not there yet because it's, first of all, like safety reasons.
There's always a gray area in the edge cases.
Yeah, so that's going to be the biggest. But
No, honestly, but when you initially discussed, hey, like, try not to grab the wheel, I was like, oh, I was thinking almost is like, am I going to be nervous as the car is driving? But I felt in a zone of comfort like throughout the whole drive there,
Why is it going this way?
as opposed to taking a left, right?
Oh, it's going to go around this. It just kind of makes some weird, with the latest version, it makes some weird decisions as far as like route taking. Like, I'm just going to let's let it go.
Yeah.
This is the beauty of having fun, because it's learning in real time almost. But like,
See, I thought it was going to take a left here at first because this is more efficient because there's no traffic through the parking lot. If it turned left instead of right there, I was like, man, this thing outsmarted me because it sensed the stop sign over here without any traffic or having anybody to cross the crosswalk and having to stop.
yep.
That's efficiency. That's fine.
And look, see, this is wrong. It should have just stayed on that road. It does weird things in certain scenarios.
So in more congested areas, it seems like it's trying
I
to.
feel like with parking lots, it'll eventually find its way out. It'll just do it in a weird,
Yeah.
inefficient way for some of the time. But like, as far as like sensing other cars and driving on, like it, I trust it pretty much wholeheartedly at this point.
See, that thing was almost.
Yep.
So he was thinking about going or not going, and yeah, that's crazy. It just sensed that.
It hit the brakes a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
It should try to park in a parking space.
Okay.
So that'd be maybe the final test. It's going to try to park in this.
Like this whole parking situation, I would have expected to be a very slow process. That was pretty wild. How it
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that was impressive.
all right. So there you go. You did it. Round trip without touching the wheel. It's not perfect, but like this is going to help so many people. Just think of all the people who can't like drive themselves. So like, have some type of disability. Imagine you had some type of disability. You didn't touch the wheel.
No.
All you touch is press one button for the most part. I mean, it'll get you pretty much wherever you need to go.
This is by far your safest alternative on the road right now. Today. And you know what? It drives better than most people, like I said earlier. So,
Honestly, yeah. Like you said, like your typical maybe Uber driver,
Yeah.
it drives just as good, and if not better. I just think it's cool. Like if there's really nowhere but up, like nowhere but improvement from like
I know.
There's just more training, more data, better technology. With me, sometimes I'll miss my exit or I don't know which exit I'm supposed to get. Like
Yeah.
it knows. Like if you have a destination, it knows exactly what lane it needs to be in. It's just a matter of like sometimes Mad Max gets a little too rambunctious and too confident, and it'll try to pass people at the last second. But it usually does a pretty good job getting back at the lane that it needs to be. So
What threw it over the edge was that parking job. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I figured it could do it.
So do you feel scared at all, or do you feel
No, it didn't.
and nothing jarring?
No, not at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
it did pretty well. Did really well. Yeah, it wasn't scary at all.
Thumbs up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
awesome. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I owe you a beer. I don't think you touched through. But look, it's going to try to park in a parking space.
Let's see. This thing parks better than my wife, man.
Hey, you know what? It parks better than me most times. So there we go.
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely nuts.
So-
Dude, I'm literally an ad hoc driver.
Yeah.
That's all I am.
Yeah.
That's nuts.